Hello, everyone. This is Rodimus, also known as Charles from the Optibotimus Show, here to do my first ever video review slash rant slash overview slash whatever the hell else I want to call it. And it's not on it's not on that blank wall right there. No, it's on Animus from Power Rangers Wild Force. This is the Animus Megazord, and yes, that sounds redundant, but it's fairly late when I'm recording this, so just deal with it. Now, Animus, and this video is going to be in two parts because one's going to talk about his character and story, and the other part's going to talk about the toy here. Animus is the god of the Wild Zords. And the Wild Zords, of course, are the mecha and the animals that are used in the series. And basically what happened was 3,000 years ago, he fought the then Master Org and lost. And was presumably killed. But when the battle resumes against the orcs again, he suddenly appears to be making a comeback. Now he actually appears in kind of like spirit vision type thing during the Curse of Zanaku arc, which is the arc that pretty much leads to the introduction of Merrick, who's the Wild Force 6th Ranger. Howling Wolf, I think. Merrick. And he plays an important part in that because he implores Zanaku, who is really a cursed Merrick, to remember who he truly is via visions. And with a little bit of luck and help, he manages to do just that. Now, his next major appearance is in The Wings of Animaria, when he appears in spirit form. Now, it's at this point that he doesn't actually appear as himself, but he takes on his other form in the series. In The Wings of Animaria, 4 of the Rangers are pretty much rendered out of battle by a souped-up General Org, Nazor, I think. And the 4 are pretty much in, I guess, what passes for Wild Force is afterlife, the spirit dimension, I guess. And they have to complete a certain task to unlock a big, shiny new weapon for Red Ranger. Yes, the Red Ranger gets all the cool toys. Anyways. They're assisted in this by kind of a human spirit guide thing. Now, it's never actually stated that it's Animus, but it looks damn close to what his human form is. And yes, he takes on human form. You see, this big 300-foot-tall rope god of robotic animals that is the Earth's protector and friends in nature and yada 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 takes on the form of a little 12-year-old boy named Kite. Yes. I'm going to repeat that one more time for those of you who didn't believe me. Animus is a 3,000-year-old god of nature-loving robotic animals. And he chooses to take on the human form of a 12-year-old human boy who has amnesia and doesn't know anything about himself. Yes. That's as stupid as it gets. But wait, this story gets better. Now, in his human form as Kite, he goes through a predictable series of hints, breadcrumbs, and, massive neon signs about who he really is before it finally is revealed that, hey, he's Animus. And as such, he really only offers up two or three major story contributions. The first is when he teams up with Merrick to fight alongside him in a major story, in the battle, or not really a major story or a major battle, but just a battle towards the end of the series. the second thing he does that's a bit more important is probably his most controversial storyline contribution to Wild Force. And that is, well, as I said before, he fought Master Org himself and was killed by Master Org. So when one of Master Org's General Orgs, the third one, I think Mandalok is his name, who looks like a big giant pair of lips, no lie, comes to him and, wants to talk to him, one would think that if you're a normal, semi-rational, sane being, that you would respond by presumably obliterating this person, especially since you died at the hands of his boss. But no, this being Wild Force, he listens, and he goes on a tour of Earth's junkyards, trash heaps, pollution infestation, the whole dark side of humanity. You see, Wild Force has a theme going forward about man and the environment, and how we're adversely affecting the environment. And Kite, naturally, has Animus, comes to side with the Duke Org. Well, actually with the Orgs entirely. And to that end, he takes away the Rangers' power animals, their ability to form Zords, most of their abilities, period, and basically leaves. He takes his ball and he goes home. Now, one would think that, it might have occurred to Animus that perhaps taking away the only people and entities capable of preventing the Orgs from doing further damage to the Earth, because that's their stated goal, and they all pretty much arise from pollution, that, taking away the Rangers' powers might be a bad thing. But no, he does. Of course, it's revealed 2 or 3 episodes later that, hey, this was all just a big test to see how really dedicated you are to protecting the Earth. Yeah. Can I mention how much I did not like Wild Force? This would be one of the many reasons why. Happily, there is a good ending for Animus, in that he fights Master Org again at the end of the series, and dies in a horribly painful fashion. Actually, I'm just kidding. He dies and then assumes kite form and dies again in Merrick's arms.